Another poem about language, or at least the title is Studying the Language, is also about the way sometimes your life falls into a pattern of every Saturday I used to go and see a friend who was in a bad way with alcoholism and depression. And then I'd go and see another friend who had had a stroke. And I thought of it as visiting the prisoners. But I started to write a poem on that subject, and it didn't seem to be going very far. And then I suddenly remembered how one pays attention to a language when you're trying to learn it, how you're trying to pick up certain things that you don't necessarily, when you're hearing the native speakers talking, you think, oh, that's how they use that word, even because you hadn't learned that from the grammar book. One of the things about it is that learning Romance languages, and all the languages that I speak, apart from English and Irish, are Romance languages. You have to learn how the feminine is used. You have to remember that you must refer to yourself in the feminine. And I've always found this a bit challenging because it differs from one language to another. So that kind of attention that one pays, I thought of that. And then I thought again of the hermits who lived in holes in the ground or holes in a rock. And I thought, now I can write that poem. The last two lines are lifted from something that Sir Thomas More wrote in his preface to Utopia. And it's about how, if you have a family, you have to give some time to them. Unless you want to be a stranger in your own house. I've always been struck by that expression. Studying the language. On Sundays, I watch the hermits coming out of their holes into the light. Their cliff is as full as a hive. They crowd together on warm shoulders of rock where the sun has been shining. Their joints crackle. They begin to talk after a while. I listen to their accents. They are not all from this island, not all old, not even, I think, all masculine. They are so wise they do not pretend to see me. They drink from the scattered pools of melted snow. I walk right by them and drink when they have done. I can see the marks of chains around their feet. I call this my work, these decades and stations, because without these, I would be a stranger here.